So that didn't work. Welcome to part two of The Camera Is This Way Now. Brought to
Yay!
you in part by Spasticness. No, pretty much brought to you entirely by
A Northern Corporation.
Spasticness, yes. A subsidiary of the Northern Corporation. Um, so, to recap, can you hold this?
Yeah, because I'm hating that freaking angle.
Hold it, pause it. Isn't it ironic?
Don't you think?
Don't you think? I need you. Sorry.
No, because now I'm getting like show tunes and songs in my head. I'm trying to be good and not ADD and start singing them.
Okay, so speaking of ironic, I was actually making a point of the subtle irony about the situation. Not to be confused with the coincidence of the situation, because, oh, if it's not a coincidence, then it certainly is ironic. The Russia sanctions, due today. As far as I know, not yet implemented. I will do some more searching to see if maybe he does it late tonight.
Huh?
I doubt it. I doubt he's going to do it.
Let's see. They're on the East Coast, so they have another 4 hours.
They're an hour and a half. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 hours. I'm mathing. Look at me math. All over the place.
Well, today, this deputy director of the FBI, Adam McCabe, has tendered his resignation. Only, what you might not have heard is that he's not going to actually be stepping down from the FBI until March.
Wait, is he leaving the FBI completely, or is he
In
training
March.
his
He's retiring.
replacing? And
He's
okay,
retiring
okay, so
in
he
March.
is retiring.
Okay. Now, this may seem like a coincidence, and this coincidence will have emboldened Donald Trump, and I think this is deliberate. I think McCabe has done this to embolden Donald Trump. Okay. Now, if you play this out, if you play this all out to its fullest extent, what you have is a situation in which Donald Trump needs to leave the country, go into hiding, needs to be pardoned by someone not involved in the Russia scandal. Because let's face it, if he's pardoned by someone in the Russia scandal, first of all, nobody in the Russia scandal is going to be left standing to pardon him. But second of all, his name, his children's name, will live on in disgrace. Okay?
Oh, that means
His businesses are done. The Trump name is like Hitler. Okay? It's going to, I mean, he's just going to be done. He's going to be the fucking arch traitor of America. And that's the truth of what he is.
Who else feels like this is a little bit of foreplay, what he's saying right here?
Okay.
Sorry.
Settle. Now, don't.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
That wasn't. I got an important message, and I wanted to look at it. Sorry.
I thought she was pulling up Facebook. I'm like, wait, I can't make a cross because I'm holding hold that with my toes. Facebook. Yeah. I just held you with my toes. How does that make you feel? I'm a special boy. I know. So, anyways.
Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Paul Ryan and McConnell going to go down with the ship, or Trump's businesses are going to go down with the ship. Those are your two outcomes there. Now, there is a third scenario here. Donald Trump can confess. And then, and this is the only way to salvage his business empire, to salvage his name in America, he can endorse Hillary Clinton and say that she really won. And then get pardoned by her. That is the only way for Donald Trump to stay out of jail, avoid leaving the country, and keep his family's name out of disgrace for the pages of history.
I think it's a little too late for that.
Now, play this out in your head.
Well, because okay.
If he says that he was deceived, says he has good intentions,
right? But that just means that the think about think about what you're saying. You're saying that his kid's name and blah 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 blah. But his kids are a part of it. Kushner's a part of it.
Sure.
Fucking Eric Jr.'s a part, or Eric's a part of
right.
it. Don Jr.'s a part of it. They're all Don
and
Jr.'s
he needs
stupid,
to take the blame as the head of the family. Say that I led my family down the wrong path.
That might.
I thought I didn't know that these people were against America. I got confused by propaganda. We all did that kind of thing.
That could work for Don and Eric, but not for Kushner.
If Hillary Clinton
Kushner's
issues
entire family
pardons, but okay, but people won't be talking about it anymore. Think about this. Imagine this. He confesses that Hillary Clinton is supposed to be president right now. Imagine the fucking news day that would bring.
I'm sorry. I'm thinking 100 years from now I'm gonna be sitting on a rocking chair on an old folks' home talking about, you remember that time when America went nuts and we had that crazy Cheeto as our president? Ain't nobody gonna forget that shit. That's already in history. That's written.
And asks Oval Office address, looks into the camera and asks Hillary Clinton for her forgiveness and for the forgiveness of the American people. And resigns as president.
I could see where that scenario would play out the way that you're saying it, except that this is Donald Trump we're talking about.
Sure.
The man who doesn't apologize for anything.
But
who never admits that he's wrong even when it's black and white in front of him.
He's an actor.
He's a moron.
There's a difference. Kidding. I'm kidding.
A little bit.
No, not really. Most actors are, in fact, morons, but not all.
I lean forward. Oh, crap. Damn it.
Our oldest just ran through here with what remained of a chicken. Like this. Like running through, like bringing it out to the cats outside. So we were watching. By.
She pranced by with it, though. That was like the thing. Like,
it was kind of like she was making it run, like through the air. People who are trying to make videos with teenagers and pets. Oh, 5 seconds ago for them, and God knows how long ago for us.
An hour ago for us.
Okay.
Oh.
You were saying something about, but Jared Kushner's.
His family, like, it doesn't matter, even if all that shit were to play out, the way that you said it. Even if all that shit were to play out, Kushner and his family are already being investigated on separate shit. Their own real estate money laundering bullshit that's with their businesses over in China. Right? Hong Kong and all that shit. Okay? So that
along the same lines but separate.
Along the same lines but separate. It's not the same thing. So Trump getting pardoned for that is not going to erase what Kushner and his fucking parents did.
How much do you think Trump really likes Kushner, though?
Well, he's fucking the girl that Donald wants to fuck. So I mean, what?
What if he could exonerate himself, save his family business, and have his daughter all to himself in one move? I'm just saying, he could always rat out Kushner if he wanted to. But either way, like the way it would play out in the media and everything, let's focus on the problems that we have instead of.
Well, and I mean, and obviously Kushner's tied to all of this. I mean, he's fucking what, the golden boy of the White House or some shit. What were they calling him?
The lap dog.
The lap dog, golden boy, whatever the fuck. The whipping boy. He was going to solve all the problems in the Middle East, and instead we get Pence going over there, or Trump going over there talking about, oh yeah, Jerusalem is Israel's capital. Because, that's for America to decide over a conflict that's been going on for over 2,000 years.
Okay.
Sorry, I know. I'm
Jerusalem has been Israel's capital. We've just decided to acknowledge that it's their capital. And that's the one thing he's done right as far as I'm concerned.
But it's not our business.
He's done it the wrong way.
That's not our conflict. It's a conflict that's been going on.
Okay, so then why not acknowledge their capital? Why make a point of having an embassy separate from their capital? That's interfering.
It's picking sides.
No, that's picking sides.
No, staying out of it is not picking sides.
Okay. Refusing to have an embassy in a country's capital is picking the side of their enemy.
They're at war over the capital. Yes, let's put our embassy in the land.
They're
right
not necessarily at
fighting.
war, but yeah. Jerusalem's a big place.
I don't know, that's a whole nother video, like my opinions on everything that's going on over there. But again, my point is that by America staying out of it, that's not picking sides. The fact that we came in and we're acknowledging something that has not yet been decided between the countries fighting over it.
It's not as if it hasn't been decided, though. Jerusalem's the capital of Israel. It just is. We have our embassy in Tel Aviv because we're trying to
not pick sides.
To interfere, basically. If we're going to not pick... No, just try to see for a second what I'm saying. If we're not picking sides, then we should treat them like every other country and have our embassy in their capital, right? That's just normal relations. Instead, we're basically choosing a pro-Palestinian side by choosing to not acknowledge their capital. Just think about it that way for a second. Time's up. You don't have to. Basically, we're saying that we're taking the Palestinian side by not having our capital, just like any other normal diplomatic relation would be.
Where's everybody else's embassies at?
In fucking Jerusalem. As far as I know.
Well, that'd be something more.
Where all of their government buildings and everything else is. But anyway, this video is supposed to be about that.
No.
Anyway, the one thing Trump did, all I was going to say about it was that the one thing Trump had done right, but even if he did it right, he's not going to capitalize on it in the proper way. He's not going to use it as leverage, like, somebody who actually knew how to negotiate would. Which would be, do you know what I'm talking about? Remember thinking about that? Said it on a previous video. Basically, you say we're moving our embassy to Jerusalem. Palestinians say boo hiss. Right? Yeah. The party of grievance complains. And then you ask, Okay, well, maybe I won't. But what are you going to do if I don't? We've already announced the plans. We're already doing it. You want to call my bluff? Make a concession. The Palestinians would have to make a severe concession. And at this point, you're in negotiations. Then the blame is shifted. But anyway, I shouldn't be giving advice to Trump administration. Right. That'd be all too smart. I might actually work towards some sort of a greater good. That can't happen. So anyway. Looking at.
I was looking at the Sarah Sanders White House news briefing because earlier, before we started the video, when you were scrolling through the videos, it said full, and it was like 16 minutes. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting here thinking, when Jen and all them were we're doing these, I remember them being like 45 minutes, an hour and 15 minutes, and they're saying full White House news briefing. 16
yeah, minutes. They're usually about that long. 11, 13 minutes, 15 minutes.
As if you're lucky to get one at all.
So, full circle. Trump going to jail. Then he's going to hell in a handbasket. But first, he's going to jail. Or he's got to leave the country.
No, that's too bad.
Or he needs to be pardoned. But who can pardon him? The list is very short. Okay. And if any of those people pardon him, that you would think to pardon him, Pence, Ryan, as if they weren't going down with the ship. Okay. It's still just going to leave a nasty stain. Okay, like especially if he gets charged. Okay, not like he resigns, and like an impeachment thing gets dropped and he gets pardoned without actually being indicted. No, he's gonna get indicted. Whoever pardons him better fucking be in for the ringer. Okay? Unless it's Hillary Clinton. That's the only person
he should still
who can pardon Trump.
With everything that he's done, everything that he's done, he should have to serve some amount of jail time. Even if he gets a pardon.
I know.
He should still serve jail time.
But but you don't see what I'm saying, okay? As an act of community service, he will divulge. And we need that from him more than we need him to suffer. He ain't going to be around much longer anyway.
It used to be that treason was punishable by death. Just saying.
Those were the days.
We issue the death penalty all the time, right? Not cruel and
I don't see if we have the death penalty. What the fuck is supposed to be worse than treason? Hello? You're not just costing American lives, you costing America. But isn't it ironic? The only person. It's fucking hilarious. The only person. You play it out. Really play it out. The only person who can pardon Donald Trump and salvage his family business empire
channeling my inner Uguay. There are no coincidences.
There are no accidents. Now, I guess what remains to be seen is how is Donald Trump going to pull off installing Hillary Clinton as president so he can get that pardon. And on that bombshell, it's time to end. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Peace.